Congratulations, awesome class of 2010.
Yay.
We are so very proud of each and every one of you. But you know I'm not going to let you go today without building the next dream. Our college has become nationally and internationally recognized as the college who not only has a philosophy of dreaming, discovering, and delivering, but we teach and mentor our students to take on those critical attributes. There is no doubt that knowledge and skills are very essential to your success. However, that in itself is not good enough. You can have the most knowledgeable and skilled individuals in the country, but if they are not capable of catching a bigger dream and inspiring their teams to share that common vision and dream, a lot of these goals and visions fade away. So I'm going to ask you today, and I don't want you to leave this center until you answer this question. If I could be your fairy godmother today and give you any dream, any desire, any wish that you could possibly achieve in the next 5 years, what is it? What would you do if you absolutely knew you could not fail? And then I want you to burn that dream in your heart and in your mind every single morning, every single night. Because without that dream, the journey is going to be very what I call character building. Now, I want to share a story with you to inspire you to think about that next dream in your career journey. When I was at the University of Rochester, about 6.5 years ago, an 86-year-old man walked into my office on a cane, pretty feeble. He introduced himself as Mr. Lou Carpel. And I said to Lou, I'm very delighted to meet you. Tell me why you're here today, this evening. He said, Ern, I read about you and your Center for Research and Evidence-Based Practice on the website. And I had to come and see you because about 9 months ago, I was home alone and I started to choke. And everything crazy goes through your mind as you think you're going to possibly die in the next few minutes. He said, I remembered people saying, stick yourself over a chair, try to create a Heimlich maneuver to get that piece of hardtack candy that I had at the back of my throat dislodged. And I'm listening to his story, and he said, I swore to myself, I lived and I swore to myself that I would create a device that if anybody ever was home alone and they were choking, they could use the device to save themselves. And he pulled into his briefcase and he pulled out this device, which he called Save a Life. But it didn't look like that at the time. It was a styrofoam block. He had handlebars taped to it with masking tape. And he put it under his sternum like this and said, here's the concept. If you're choking, you're going to put it under your sternum, push up on it, and create enough force that it will eject whatever you have lodged in your throat. Well, having experienced a situation in a Pizza Hut where a little 2-year-old boy was choking, and I had to do maneuvers on him to dislodge this object, I could see Lou's dream. I said to Lou, I see this in every home in America. I see it in assisted living homes. I see it in restaurants. He said, yes, Bert, that's my dream. This will be everywhere. So I thought, big challenge of mine, because he said, the reason I'm bringing it to you is I want you to get the evidence behind it for me. Because I know with evidence, it's going to disseminate a lot faster. So I put a team together who started investigating, how did we get the evidence behind the Heimlich maneuver? And how are we going to do a clinical trial to test Lou's Save a Life device? In the meantime, I got recruited to Arizona State University for this college, and I kind of forgot about Lou. But 2 years ago, my assistant comes in to see me and said, Bert, there's a gentleman named Lou Carpel on the phone for you. Do you know this guy? I said, Lou Carpel? The guy's 92, he's still alive? That's fabulous. And I was so excited to get on the phone to talk to Lou and find out what's happening with him. So Lou got on the phone with me and said, Bert, you remember me, right? I said, how could I forget about you? He said, not only do I have a patent on Save a Life now, but I also have a manufacturing company in China who's going to mass produce this. Now, Bert, I really need you to do that clinical trial to get the evidence behind Save a Life. I flew that gentleman at 92 years of age to our college about a year and a half ago. I hooked him up with AS technology. We designed a whole clinical trial to get evidence on Save a Life. And I believe, just like the automatic defibrillator, you guys are going to be seeing Save a Life all over the place sometime in the next 3 to 5 years. The reason I told you that story is because Lou had a dream. And today, in our economy where everybody's walking around like the sky is falling, and I'm not saying it isn't a rugged time for this country, but what I'm saying is we now need your dreams. Everybody in this auditorium, we need to get your dreams on the front burner again. And don't you let